the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast, retransmission or other dissemination or the use of this broadcast, descriptions or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association and the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show's 2020 season. We're glad that you're with us to celebrate 10 years of the PCSRA, and we hope to see you every Monday and Tuesday here in the PCSRA Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma. Today's PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast is brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecues, Harkins Theaters, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, in its 10th season with the call of today's PCSRA Weekly Show from the Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma, here he is, the adorable Blue Hedgehog, the voice of the PCSRA. Here he is, Daniel Voiles. And hello and good afternoon as we have returned here on the PCSRA Radio Network, the Blue Hedgehog TV, and on the amazing channel of YouTube. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show as we are excited to be back with you for another episode. Apologies if we didn't have an episode last week due to the fact that I had a lot of things going on right now. As far as stuff is concerned, so that way it's taken care of, so because I had a lot of things, so that's why we didn't have a show last week. For those of you wondering about the episode for the one we were supposed to do last week, watch the race reactions and you'll see my recapping as far as that is concerned so far. Before I introduce the panelists, I do want to mention a few things before we get started. The whole thing about not being back for 2021 is that college could be starting up hopefully soon. I do not know what would happen if college would go online because, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to really struggle with online. So it's really doesn't surprise a lot of people if I don't start college. But that would mean Inside PCSRA will be in its place as far as that is concerned. But then, of course, the Pit Stop Show will take care of all the NASCAR stuff for next year because I just won't be doing a show next year. So I just want to ask everybody to please understand the situation. If you don't understand why I made this announcement, please watch the introduction video on Saturday that I made out. So, yeah.
With that being said, let's go ahead and introduce the only... Actually, before I introduce the panelists, let's go ahead and go into our agenda for today. Today's agenda is we're going to be recapping... give me 1 second. We are going to recap. Do not help me and do not tell me if I'm getting on the board for the quotes, because I don't care at this point. We are going to recap Hidden Valley, Germany, which is DTM. I think the DTM race, I don't know if they did race. I'll have to check. Daytona and Spain. Let me double check DTM schedule because I did not. DTM. I think they did. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, wait a minute. Let me look at their schedule before I get confused. Do not help me. I can look it up. Let me check. Calendar. Yes, they did race last weekend, so I'll go ahead and go over the top 10 results just to save me a breath. I need to discuss about the other stuff. So anyway, so let's kick off the weekly show, going over the top 10 results. I'll go over the top 10 results as always. This was race 2. I want race 1. So the top 10 results for race 1 is Nico Mueller, the winner, Sheldon Vanderlyn, 2nd, Robert French, 3rd, Marco Whitman, 4th, Timo Glock, 5th, Fernand Hasberg, 6th, Rene Rast, 7th, Jamie Green, 8th, Philip Ing, 9th, and Harrison Newey completed the top 10 for DTM. For race number 2, Rene Rast got the win. Congratulations to him. Nico Mueller, finished 2nd. Marco Whitman, 3rd. Robert Fringe, 4th. Mike Rockefeller, 5th. Timo Glock, 6th. Philip Ing, 7th. Luke Duvall, 8th. Jonathan Aberlin, 9th. And Fernand Hasberg completed the top 10 for DTM. The top 10 results for supercars. If my thing can load, thank you very much. Okay, phone, would you quit derping? Thank you. No, phone, cooperate with me. Thank you very much. Anton De Pasquale won in a controversy, which, crazy. James Courtney, 2nd. Scott Pye, 3rd. Mark Winnebaum, 4th. Chris Pyther, 5th. Fabian Coulthard, 6th. Chaz Monster, 7th. Cameron Waters, 8th. Andre Himgardner, 9th. And Lee Holdsworth completed the top 10. Race 2 results, the top 10 results. Scott McLaughlin, the winner. Jamie Whincup, 2nd. Fabian Coulthard, 3rd. Shane Van Gisbergen, 4th. David Reynolds, 5th. Nick Paracat, 6th. Antoine De Pasquale, 7th. Chaz Mostert, 8th. Cameron Waters, 9th. Andre Himgardner complete the top 10. Okay, phone, would you please quit being weird on me? For race number 3, Jamie Whincup, the winner. Scott McLaughlin, 2nd. SVG, 3rd. Chaz Mostert, 4th. Fabian Coulthard, 5th. Nick Paracat, 6th. Mark Winnebaum, 7th. Jack LeBlanc, 8th. David Reynolds, 9th. And Rick Kelly completed the top 10. The top 10 results for Formula 3... if I can get back over here to this chat. For race 1, Jake Hughes, the winner. Liam Lawson, 2nd. Logan Sargent finished 3rd. Clement Novalak, 4th. David Beckham, 5th. Oscar Piastri, 6th. Theo Pachari, 7th. Alexander Peroni, 8th. Richard Vescular, 9th. And Mattia Nannini completed the top 10 in Formula 3, excuse me. For Formula 3 race number 2, the top 10 results, as I'm going to go ahead and charge my phone before the battery starts going wonkers. Oscar Piastri, the winner. Alex Peroni, 2nd. Matteo Nannini, 3rd. Richard Vescular, 4th. Logan Sargent, 5th. Theo Pachari, 6th. Liam Lawson, 7th. Enzo Fittipaldi, 8th. David Beckham, 9th. And Jake Hughes completed the top 10. The top 10 results for the F2 race, for the feature race. Nobu Matsushita got the win. Congratulations to him. Robert Schwartzman, 2nd. Ganyuzo, 3rd. Yuki Tsunoda, 4th. Cal Malott, 5th. Mick Schumacher, 6th. Felipe Drugovich, 7th. Luca Giotto, 8th. Dan Tickham, 9th. And Luis Delatras completed the top 10. The top 10 results in the sprint race. Felipe Drugovich, first win of the season. Congratulations to him. Luca Giotto finished 2nd. Mick Schumacher, 3rd. Yuki Tsunoda, 4th. Nobu Matsushita, 5th. Nikita Mazepin, 6th. Petro Piquet, 7th. Camelot, 8th. Luis Delatras, 9th. And Dan Tickham completed the top 10. Then we go to the F1 race for the Spanish Grand Prix, which I didn't watch it because you all know how it was. Wasn't entertaining as far as the race was concerned. The only incident worthy was Charles Leclerc spun in the final chicane before the final corner. His engine apparently stalled. His race was done, but it was kind of a board fest. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, the cheater, the flipping me off man, the I Love Black Lives Matter racist, Lewis Hamilton, sadly won, which I'm starting to get annoyed at Hamilton winning. So the top 10 results for the F1 races: Lewis the cheater, Hamilton won, Max Verstappen second, Valtteri Bottas third, the only 3 cars on the lead lap. Lance Stroll fourth, Sergio Perez fifth, Carlos Sainz sixth, Sebastian Vettel seventh, which we'll talk about Seb in our top story news. Alex Albon eighth, Pierre Gasly ninth, we'll also talk about Gasly also in the top story news, and Lando Norris completes the top 10. In what will be probably the final Spanish Grand Prix. No surprise there. Okay, that's not what I want. Oh, this is the entry list. I need the recap. We go to Daytona, starting with the Truck Series. I forgot to do this earlier, so give me 1 second. I'll introduce the panelists after I'm done recapping, because this is peace and quiet, if you ask me. Starting with the Truck Series race. Or actually, no, we start with the Xfinity Series race, then the Truck Series race. See, this is what happens when I haven't been... I hadn't had a show last week, and I'm forgetting what race was first. So anyway, starting with the Xfinity Series race, I did watch the entire race weekend. I'll give you my opinion in just a minute so far. The race was kind of interesting. I just don't know why I say that. The first caution of the race, there was actually 2 incidents that brought out the first caution of the race. Ross Chastain apparently broke a gearbox or had something wrong with the gearbox. His car came to a stop in NASCAR Turn 1. At the same time, Justin Haley screwed up the bus stop, which has been problematic. He goes in the grass, tears up his splitter, loses control, spins out. Somebody else hits the wall. His race was done. They listed him as suspension, but what pisses me off is that he was going to be under the damaged vehicle. Excuse me. He was going to be under the damaged vehicle policy, but yet they said it was a mechanical failure, and I'm like, seriously, NASCAR? It's stupid as shit. Then we had a 1-lap shootout, which Daniel Hemrick crashed his car in the 1-lap shootout. They did not throw a caution. I guess NASCAR went to go get a hot dog or something and decided to be controversy again, which concludes stage 1, which Austin Cindric won. Then the 15, do not help me, I can look. Noah Gragson and the 15 Jeffrey Earnhardt cars came to a halt. We also had Riley Herbst get spun on the restart, so that was interesting. Then Josh Williams broke his splitter going through the inner loop, which he brought out debris. That brought out the yellow. Rest of stage 2 was calm and clean. That was won by Chase Briscoe, which he was involved in another incident. Then the 21 of Earl Bamber crashed in the tire wall. He left some debris. The race went into overtime. First overtime incident, Chase Briscoe, the 99 of Josh Bilicki, and the 36 of Preston Pardus got together. Preston Pardus goes on the wall. Briscoe had some pretty significant damage. His race was done, and the 99 continued on and all that. But at the end of the day, it came down to a crazy finish, and Austin Cindric takes home the win at the inaugural Daytona Road Course. So the top 10 results for the Xfinity race was Austin Cindric, the winner, Brandon Jones second, Noah Gragson third, AJ Allmendinger fourth, Andy Lally top 5 and 5th, Jeremy Clement 6th, Riley Herbst 7th, Harrison Burton 8th, Justin Allgaier 9th, and Myatt Snyder completed the top 10. Then we go to the Truck Series race at Daytona, which I think I saw like majority of it. So the first incident, Mark Smith had a problem with his truck. He apparently came to a stop on his truck. He had a problem. That brought out the yellow. That also concluded stage 1. Brett Moffitt ended up winning the stage in that regard. Nothing happened in Stage 2. Sheldon Creed got the win. Jordan Anderson apparently had a drivetrain which the bolts on his truck broke off. Is why he came to a stop at turn 8. His race was done, which sucks for Jordan. Then the 19 of Derek Krause had some pretty heavy damage. He had to come to a stop in turn number 3, going in through the mini S's. His race was done. And then the final caution of the race, Carson Holvac had a mechanical problem on his 40. He came to a stop, needed a wrecker to push him out, and all that. And at the end of the day, it was Sheldon Creed who got the victory and his second win of the season. At the same time, Stuart Friesen dumped Christian Eckes into the front stretch grass, which stored the 18 splitter, which the 18 did finish the race, but a lot of drivers had a lot of heat exhaustion, if you ask me. Okay, person that's pinging me, please stop. Oh. I need to mute that ping. But anyway, so the top 10 results, as David's muted for some reason, I don't know why. But anyway, Sheldon Creed got the win as we go to the top 10 results. Brett Moffitt second, Raphael Lazard third, Matt Crafton fourth, Austin Hill fifth, Tyler Ankrum sixth, Grant Enfinger seventh, Parker Kligerman eighth, Scott Lexie Jr. ninth, and Stuart Friesen, despite that incident, completed the top 10. Then we go to the Cup Series race. Before the race even began, Austin Dillon tested positive for COVID-19, and unfortunately, he had to step out of that ride, and Xfinity replacement Kaz Gralla took over the place of the 3-car. He had to go to the rear of the field because of a driver change. Nothing happened in Stage 1. Chase Elliott won Stage 1. Nothing happened in Stage number 2. That was won by Denny Hamlin. Then we had a lightning delay for 31 minutes and 14 seconds. The only full course caution, Kyle Busch, after having a brake failure on what was his final pit stop, had to go to the garage, cut a right rear tire down towards the fastest part of the track, which is coming out of NASCAR 2, going down the back straightaway, heading for the bus stop. Cut his tire down, spun out, lost control. Tried to save it, nosed in the wall, had 2 flat tires. His day was done. It was like, what is even the point for Kyle Busch going out on track as far as that is concerned? That brought out a late restart, and at the end of the day, Chase Elliott took home the winner's honors. Now, before you guys get on NBC, let me remind you that the reason they had to cut the broadcast is they said go on to NBCSports.com for post-race coverage, and people keep flipping out and saying it was a joke. Let me remind you, the race was going over because they had the NHL going on, so do not blame NASCAR. Do not blame NBC for that. They had scheduled events on that day they had to get to, so don't get upset with NBC because they had to go to a hockey game that you guys keep complaining. It's like all the fans got black flag for that. So the top 10 results, getting back to the recapping. Chase Elliott, the winner. Denny Hamlin, second. Martin Truex Jr., third. Jimmy Johnson, fourth. Chris Buescher, fifth. Clint Bowyer, sixth. Kaz Gralla gets driver of the day, finishing seventh. William Byron, eighth. Joey Logano, ninth. And Michael McDowell completes the top 10. So now, as I welcome in the panelists, Zachary Taylor and David Hillard. Taylor, I'm going to start with you and ask you this amazing question, and that is, what were your thoughts on the following? Hidden Valley, Germany, Daytona, and Spain. David, what was your thoughts on Daytona? Taylor, I'll start with you. What about you, David? Your thoughts on Daytona?
I think that the Daytona road
What did they do?
They said an April holiday.
Now that's funny.
Not funny. Well, actually, it is funny. And the best part is, Danny, you got that on the stream.
Yes, I do. Thank you, David, for doing that for me, by the way. Go ahead, Taylor.
Did you notice what I did to my profile picture?
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, probably Taylor's going to listen to me and change his profile picture to Chase Elliott, and then he'll probably go to his other favorite driver as far as that's concerned, so. It's like Taylor's doing the profile change of everything so far. Before we get to the top story news, I want to tell you something that's really cool about our thumbnail of Antonio Felix da Costa. He becomes, and I don't know if Taylor's aware about this, he becomes the first Portuguese driver, which is why we played the Portuguese national anthem. He becomes the first Portuguese driver in racing history to take a championship. How about that? The first Portuguese champion. Who would have predicted that before the season began? You know, and also it's the first time a Portugal driver has had an accomplishment since Tiago Monteiro at the United States Grand Prix at Indianapolis in 2005. Can you believe that? Their first accomplishment since what happened? It was the first accomplishment for Portugal since the USGP in 2005 Indy. Remember that, Taylor, when 6 cars started and Tiago Monteiro was the guy who ended up on the podium, which nobody predicted that after all the Michelin cars had to go out of the race? That's crazy. Before we go over the top story news, there was an incident that happened back in the MotoGP race at Spielberg, which I'll go ahead and explain what happened. On lap number 8, actually, if I can, yeah. Oh, here it is. I found this article. Did you see what happened, Taylor? Johann Zarco went under surgery. He was involved in a horrible crash with Frankie Morbidelli on Sunday, which they nearly took out the Dr. Valentino Rossi. The bikes were flipping wildly and all that and nearly killed Rossi. How Rossi got very lucky about that is beyond me. But the best part is all the riders are okay, and I'm like, oh, thank God. This was almost like a reminiscence of what happened in 2011. Because I showed you guys the pictures, didn't I? It was probably one of the scariest accidents I've ever seen. Probably one of the most dangerous wrecks we've seen this entire season. Excluding Ryan Newman. If you thought Newman's was bad, this one was worse. So, that kind of tells you, just be prepared for everything and everything only, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So let's go over the top story news. Oh, hi, Taylor. Wait, why did you say accept it?
Okay, I said something above that, but apparently YouTube is being drunk and not loading all the comments because I said some Scion is making out with girls, and I said accept
Okay,
it.
that part I will accept.
So apparently YouTube's being drunk. And if in that case, Taylor will go smack YouTube. Put up a fairy tale woman.
And Maddie will join Taylor in smacking YouTube fully clothed. Taylor accepted mine. Okay. Oh no. By the way, if you notice, I switched over to this picture because I like the idea of having the thumbnail being the star of the show. What, dear? I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. What did you boys do while I was gone? Nice motivation about Taylor. But actually, David, I'm gonna tell you something. Last night when I went to check Discord, Taylor derped, and it was funny. You said, Subsiam better not look at his nickname. Uh, he's gonna something something, and then Taylor deleted it. I was like, nice derp, Taylor. I saw that derp. Not all right. Getting back to the, let's start with the top story news. Okay, can we continue on? Okay, let's talk. We have a lot of top story news to go over. The next gen car, which I want to get you guys' opinion on this, was tested, is brought back this week. Of course, this is the first time the next gen car is back into the testing since the pandemic has happened, the COVID-19 BS. Cole Custer's going to test it at Dover after the Dover weekend. There were some talks that there was an IMSA team, which we'll talk about this on the IMSA podcast, that Action Express also was using a new the new prototype chassis, the next gen prototype. They were doing it at the Daytona Road Course, and it looked pretty cool. So we'll talk about that on the IMSA podcast coming up. But are you guys excited to see the next gen car back for the first time since we've returned to racing? Taylor, what about you? All right, what would you guys, by the way, I forgot to go over this. We'll do this now. What would you guys rate Hidden Valley, Germany, Daytona, and Spain? Taylor, I'll start with you. What would you rate the entire weekend? All right, David, what about you? What would you rate Daytona? The road courses on a scale of 1 to 10. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. Hidden Valley, I'm going to give it a 9 because supercars are amazing. Germany for DTM, I'm going to give it a 9 as well. Spain, Formula 3 and Formula 2, I'll give it a 9. F1, I'm going to give it a 6 because it was really not that entertaining, if you ask me. And of course, I've always asked the question, why the hell do we even go to freaking Barcelona? Because that track is awful. Daytona weekend, which, by the way, Dynaco's All Mine won the ARCA race, which was cool to see the dinosaur getting ejected for excessive celebration, which the dinosaur, by the way, went to smack Sub-Scion. Trucks, not accept if he does anything to me. Trucks, I'm going to give it an 8. Xfinity, I'm going to give it a 9. What we saw, it was crazy. They went 7 wide. It was so freaking nuts. The Cup race, however, I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah. Cup, I'm going to give it a 7 because it was good, but like I said, people kept complaining about the whole NBC fiasco, and it was stupid as hell. Next topic. If you didn't hear the news, Pierre Gasly's home was robbed and trashed while he was racing in the triple header. So that's not good news, if you ask me. Taylor, I want to get your thoughts about this. Ferrari and McLaren are the first F1 teams to confirm new Condor agreement, which is committing them to F1 until 2025. Your thoughts about that? Oh yeah, I saw that. Also, somebody got the bad sportsmanship flag, by the way. What, Dad? Oh my God. Hang on. If I can find it. Oh, Chad Bryant got the bad sportsmanship flag. I'll talk about that when I come back. Be back. get situated real quick, and I will resume. By the way, this telecast is brought to you by Zachary Taylor Songs. Hit it, Taylor. Be back. Alright, what happened? Okay, did you roast Ormy? I have a feeling he's going to kill you for what you just did. Oh, he's gonna kill you dramatically. By the way, hi one person in the chat. Alright, where? No, he's not. Well, he's not on Discord, so you're safe for now. Let's get to my next topic. There is, from GrandPX.news, there's going to be confirmed that Sebastian Vettel is going to move over to what is called Racing Point now, which will be called Aston Martin. He's going to probably go sign a deal at Aston Martin next season. What's your thoughts about that, Taylor? I love the part that you were saying, we'll see how Sebastian... Oh no, Cody's on. I should add that in the quotes chat. Not accept if you try to smack me. It will be interesting to see Sebastian... Oh no, Cody's on. Cody's on right now. Zachary Taylor 2020. Okay, it's time for me to say a J word. Juice. There, I said a J word. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry, Taylor, I had to do it because it was too funny. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. But also, you know, who is he going to replace? Is it going to be Checo? Is it going to be Lance Stroll? That's something we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Oh my gosh, LeBron James is wearing the Toon Squad jersey for Space Jam 2. I mean, I saw the first one. It was really cool. David, do not look at the quotes chat in my server. Look at what Taylor said in the quote chat. That was so funny. Do I need a ping? No, it was funny what Taylor said while you were gone. J word and a JL word. Okay. Oh no, Cody's in the chat. Oh no. Hi, Father Cody. Cody, whatever you do, do not look at the funny quotes chat in the PCSRA server. You're gonna laugh your butt off what you are gonna see. By the way, David, you need to go smack Cody for roast because he roasted you in the YouTube chat. Getting back to the topic. Hendrick Motorsports secured sponsorship, which is good news there. So that's good, if you know what I mean. But now the question is, let's talk about this, Taylor and David. Austin Cindric doesn't know where he will race next year, so there's been talks that he could be leaving Team Penske to go we don't know where. Do you think he's going to be racing in the Cup Series next season? Taylor, I'll start with you. Not accepted, Cody. Because I never roasted you. So, continue, Taylor. What team will it be? That's going to be the question. By the way, if you see a ping, that was from Fitzy, by the way, so FYI. Reminding the global people. So anyway. What you guys are doing in the chat is funny. Wait, did fully clothed Taylor do it while Ormy wasn't clothed? Okay, accept it. That's what I'm thinking is happening, so. Let me check here. By the way, the Daytona 500 tickets are now on sale for next year. Problem is going to be if there's going to be fans for that race. If the COVID-19 restrictions go on. You know what I mean? Not a roast. Did you guys see Jimmy Johnson's helmet? For the Jimmy Johnson Foundation? Give me a second. You guys are going to be saying the sentence, ooh, and then I'll say, that's what she said when Ormy pulled his pants down. I got no comment, Cody. But technically, I need to smack you.
What did he do?
He said Daniel and Betty Voiles when there's no such thing as Betty Voiles. Smacks Cody with a lawn chair. Cody accepted mine. Not accepted if you try anything. Okay, moving on. I'm still trying to figure. Okay. How'd you guys, by the way, like the new formula rules? The formula thing that NASCAR started up at Daytona. Do you guys like it, or do you like it when they do a random draw? Really interesting so far. Of course, the lineups will be announced tomorrow. So, of course, teams will bring out the backup cars, if you know what I mean. Jordan Anderson and crew chief Wally Rogers parted ways following the Daytona Road Course. Team is working at the moment to find someone new to come in for the finish of the season and to build towards 2021. Q-Man was sad about that, so not. You guys sad about Wally Rogers parting ways with Jordan Anderson?
I'm not really surprised, to be honest.
Oh, did you guys see the logo for the Daytona 500? I thought it was too cheeky weaky. Give me a second.
First of all, what is cheeky wiki, first of all?
You have cheekies, and we'll play a wiki on you.
That's the almost maybe a two-word phrase, and it has the
That would have been funny. Not except if you would try anything.
no, would not have been funny. Yes, it would have been funny.
You know what else would have been funny? If Taylor did that, it would have been on my stream, so. Okay. Here's the Daytona 500 logo for next season. I'll look at the Blue Hedgehog roasting chat in just a second. I like this logo a lot better than I like the NASCAR one, because the NASCAR one looks ugly as shit. Cody is gonna get smacked. David, you need to go smack Cody. Don't look at the roasting chat. Wasn't me. I am not banging on anything except with a cheese grater. Donkey Danny says, Dave. Okay. Okay, so they have the NASCAR deal, and it looks ugly as you know what. So, yeah, I'm not even gonna say that. I think that is it for the top. I'm sorry. By the way, for anyone didn't know what happened to Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman was still upset with him for what he did at the Roval and decided to dump Bubba Wallace, by the way, on the last lap of the race, because NBC was too cheeky enough to show the replay, but thankfully the fans showed it, so. So. I'm starting to think the playoffs are going to be a silver spoiler, a silver splitter, and probably the banner just be probably silver. So, really, I think I like it, so.
I think that is it for the top story news, if I am correct. I think that's it. Off topic, what are you having that you're not sharing? I know it's a ham sandwich, but are you having what kind of chips?
Potato chips.
Let me guess, Lay's. Okay, as usual. Nice motivational belch. By the way, personal foul excessive raging on Sean Art and the Texas Ranger manager Chris Woodward for complaining about Fernando Tatis Jr. on a grand slam. They have been ejected. They accepted. Not accepted if you do anything to me. Oh, they were complaining about Fernando hitting a grand slam. I know, right? But anyway, that's it for the top story news. Back to my agenda. Well, do not tell me I'm derping. Oh! PCSRA and NR News, I know Cody, is probably eating food, so there probably isn't any news. There is some news regarding about the PCSRA. The lineups for the Battle of the SRA was released. So, let me put that... What, Dad? I'll be right back again. As soon as I get to a top story, get ready to go to my next subject. I get interrupted.
Cody and Melissa Smart accepted. Cody and Maddie Smart accepted. Wow. Okay, first of all, I said Melissa Smart, you derp. Actually, I was roasting both you and Cody. Thanks, David accepted mine. Sure, Sailor, right back, accepted. Cody and Melissa sitting in a tree. Kissing. And more. Not accepted. You text me. And more. Not accepted if you do it. Taylor, Sugar, Taylor accepted. Not accepted if you put it on. So,
Alright, I'm back.
keyboard.
What did you do? By the way, N-word for David, because he posted in the chat. Did you derp, Taylor? If you did, I'm going to be laughing my butt off.
I didn't. My stupid keyboard was trying to make me dirt, but...
Where was... Oh, yes, I know where was I. The lineups. I need to post them in this one because I forgot to do this earlier. That's the lineup for Team PCSRA. What is it, Taylor? Huh? Oh. And there's a lineup for Team TMSRA. Yeah. Think PCSRA will probably go first because they've had more experience at Auto Club than TMSRA, so yeah. Um, I think that's pretty much about it for NR News. I don't, unless Cody wants to come in and say otherwise. But with that said and all that, let's preview. We got Dover. We got the Indy 500, which David can just you can put in a global predictions chat, so I can just write it down later. Your picks, David, for the Indy 500. And we got Darwin. So, Taylor, let's discuss about Darwin. We saw good racing in the first one. How are we going to see in this race weekend at Darwin, since it is back-to-back-to-back-to-back, a quadruple back-to-back races? So what do you think we're going to see at Darwin again? Do you think we're going to see the same racing like we saw last week? Yeah, definitely. So, we've been talking about a lot that, Andretti Autosport has been pretty good, but now with the big race, the Indy 500, what do you guys think we're going to see at the Indy 500, knowing that it's in August and not May? Do you think we're still going to see the good Indy 500 we're used to, or do you think it's going to be a lot different knowing that it's going to be without fans? What about you, Taylor? You probably might be right, Taylor. You do bring up a good point because, we're not used to running in August. We're used to running in May. So you bring up a very good point about the weather. So, by the way, the race weekend for Dover, the truck race is going to be probably mostly cloudy. The Xfinity and Cup races are 50-50. Nice motivational belch, David. But let's try that again. But to go back to your point, Taylor, it's weird seeing this race. And of course, this race was supposed to run on the May holiday, but unfortunately got postponed because of COVID-19 and the BS. So it's going to be interesting to see how that will play out so far, if you know what I mean. Let me check the weather. And of course, the race would have, and the track would have no lights, so there's that problem. It's supposed to rain in the morning, and then it'll be dry for the afternoon. You know what I mean? We'll have to wait and see, so. Alright, so with that being said, as usual. So with that being said, I'm sorry, Taylor? What did you say, David? We didn't hear what you just said. Is it Lay's chips you're getting, or what?
Yeah, it is.
Is it wavy, or is it a flavored chip?
Neither.
Oh.
Regular.
Just regular. Uh,
Point. Just kidding.
there is no such thing as points.
Starts to me.
Oh, Chinese lady of Cody, go forth. Not except if you do anything to me. By the way, there was a controversy about WinCup's unsafe release, so there you go. So, hopefully they can get it together on that one. So anyway, so with that said, let's go ahead and get straight into predictions presented by Courtyard by Marriott. For those of you brand new to this channel, if you don't know how our predictions go, it goes like this: driver to win, driver to stay away from, driver you think is the dark horse. For NASCAR, it's 1 point per category. The Supercars is also 1 point. The Indy 500, since I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, since we didn't get a chance to discuss this back in May, the Indy 500, since there is 33 cars, it's worth 11 points apiece. So it really will shake up the standings. And of course, once David, does his Indy 500 picks, of course, he will be already mathematically eliminated from the global standings. So I did remind him on that, and he's fully aware. But those 33 points could actually help him in the overall standings. Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Welcome back. By the way, I was saying something about you that's not a roast, and yeah. Just FYI. Okay? Okay. We were just talking about the Indy 500 situation, okay? So that way you're aware, because you already know you'll be eliminated after this weekend. So anyway, let's go over the point standings, since you guys have not heard the point standings. Starting with the global standings, coming into this race weekend, global standings after what we have done the last 2 weeks. Cody Smart still owns the points lead by 7 points. He has 689 points. Yours truly at 682. Cody Goforth will be third at 668. Nathan Orman is fourth at 667, so there's still a good chance somebody could take the points lead. Zachary Taylor, not too far behind. Orman is fifth at 664. Brendan Rogers is sixth with 623, and Greg Rutz is last at 617. For the NASCAR standings coming into Dover, Nathan Orman still has the points lead. He has 424 points. He owns a 9-point lead over Cody Smart, who is in second at 415 points. Kyle Langland is third at 373 points. Yours truly has a 1-point edge over Taylor. I'm in fourth place at 373. Taylor rounds out the top 5 at 372. Look how close the battle for third is, if you ask me. Quentin Moore is 6th at 337. Greg Rutz is 7th at 332. David Heller is 8th at 266. Great Lakes is 9th at 265. Andrew Ramsey rounds out the top 10 with 247 points. Cody Goforth is 11th at 213 points. And Brendan Rogers and Jonathan Hibbert are tied for 12th at 206 points. So there you go. That is the standings. So Zachary Taylor, since you're the only one that likes to do supercars. By the way, when we get to Indianapolis picks, it'll be David who'll do Indy picks, and then I will go last. Or actually, no, I'll need to go over Ormy's picks. So, Taylor, you have the extinction of going first for Global. For race 16, who is your driver to stay away from? My driver to stay away from is Ormy's not clothed wife. My dark horse is Ormy's daughter, and Ormy not clothed is my driver to win. I had to do that just because why not? Not accepted if Ormy does anything to me. I had to do that just because I want to make you funny. You knew I was going to give you a hard time, okay? Okay. Did everybody get the entry list for the Indy 500 before we get to predictions?
I don't know if I
Here, I got you. I got you. Not accepted if you try to roast me. Wait, where is it? I swear to God, I swear to God, I put it in. Let me look at David's DM. Wait a second. Wait, Barnes and Noble. I don't. Wait a second. Did I put it on Messenger, David? The entry list for the Indy 500. Because Taylor needs it if you want to send it to him. Unless I can find it. Alright. You can do it on Discord if you can do that. I'll, while that's going on. There's the entry list, by the way, on Messenger. I just sent it to you in case you didn't have it, so. Did I send Ormy the entry list? Oh! In IMSA's topic we'll need to discuss on the IMSA podcast, by the way. So. Correct. Shrimp. I did not. Unless I had it in here. Wait, let me check here. Taylor Nut. Okay, looks like I did not put it in here. Barnes and Noble. Hold on, let me do this. 2020. No, I want it 20, not 30, you stupid phone. Indy 500 entry list. There.
I got it.
Alright. Now remember, since there's 33 cars for 33 spots, nobody would go home. Oh, you stupid phone.
Let me know if you got it.
Taylor, check your DM.
Hold on, let me.
On Discord. Not a roast, by the way. Okay. Now you got it. Okay. All right. Now, supercars, you probably should know this with your eyes closed. Let me ask Fitzy a question real quick. Can't ask Fitzy about that one. Okay. Alright, Taylor, let's do it. For supercars, who's the driver to stay away from for if you want to do it for all three races, go right on ahead.
You know what? I think I will do that.
Alright. So that way we can get to IndyCar. Make it easier for David.
Okay.
I think my dark horse I'm going to do for all three races. But stay away from a driver to win, I'll probably mix it up. Go ahead, Taylor. We're ready. We are ready. Fully clothed, not with fairy tale wives.
Okay, so...
And then Dover, we will just... oh, I forgot to tell David. Dover, it's Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. Just like it is. So, go ahead, Taylor. We're ready. Cameron Waters, right? Because I have to send this to Ormy after we're done with the show, because Ormy's like, Father Danny, please send me those pics so that way no woman's gonna smack me. That's what Ormy tells me, is that, you know, if somebody comes knocking in, it would be one of his female drivers, so. Alright, who's the dark horse? Wait, who'd you say? AKA Frosty in the words of Fitzy, because that's who we like to call him. Frosty. No, Taylor. That's what, because it says the word winter, that's why he says Frosty. But you do know that people in the supercars always call him Frosty, because why not? Because it's not a roast, it's his nickname, we like to call him, so. Wait, what'd you say? What did you say? What did you say, David? Speaking of Frosties, Taylor better not look at the roasting chat. In the Blue Hedgehog server. Fully clothed and not with fairy tale wives. Ah, got some in my eye. Ah, sugar, I got something in my eye. I don't know what I did with my eye. But anyway, who's the driver to win for all three?
Okay, really quick. Going off topic here first, I guess speaking of Frosties, I actually had a chocolate Frosty from Wendy's the other day, and no, I did not share.
You shared it with Maddie is what you did. Technically, you should be on the board for accepting your own roast, Taylor. Technically, you should, but I'll let that slide. Alright, Scott McLaughlin. Now, are you... Okay, Taylor, this is not a roast. Are you surprised about the rookies of Alex Palou and Rinus VK qualifying really well? Because I feel like that this is their first Indy 500. We didn't know what to expect, but the way they've been performing lately, ever since that little fiasco in Texas, I think they are looking pretty good to possibly have some good runs. I could be wrong and probably jinx them, but oh well. Speaking of the Indy 500, who is your driver to stay away from? Okay, first of all, what is 33 divided by 2? Nice motivational belch. 33 divided by 2. Let's see. Top 15 dark horse, 16 as a tie, 17th on down, stay away from, since I'll have to follow the coding metric. Stay away from Taylor for Indy 500. D-word! You know the best part... Hey, Taylor. Hey, Taylor. You know the best part is? I got that on the stream. Yes, sir. Wait. What happened? Wait, what happened, David? I want to hear this one. What happened? Did they pee on your pants? Oh Lord, just like what happened when Taylor's dog did the same thing. It is funny when David's animals pee on him. But anyway, who should the driver stay away from? Getting back onto the predictions. The best part is, Taylor, I have that on the stream too. So anyway, who's to stay away from? Getting back on topic for the predictions. For real, who's the driver to stay away from? For real. Zach Veach. Dark Horse. Patricia Ward. I call him no, not Patrick. Patricio, you stupid phone. Thank you. Or Pato, one of the two, you know what I mean? And your driver to win the Indy 500 to drink the savory milk. Oh, how good it will taste. If I only did it with strawberry milk, that would be fine. Are you guys not a Rose Taylor? Are you guys doing predictions for IndyCar for the Pit Stop Show? Or has Elijah said nothing about that? If you want to message him later when you guys record the Pit Stop Show, you can. So, all right, David, let's hear your IndyCar picks since you're next, and then I need to read Ormy's picks. And then we'll go to Dover, okay? Okay, you know what? Okay, I want to mention something real quick before we get to David's picks. I find it really weird that both races are called the Dryden 311. Like, bruh. So it's like 311 miles. I don't know how many laps. I think 311. I don't know. I'll have to check the race distance. But anyway, go ahead, David. We're ready. Ooh. Wait, is he in the field? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is his final or am I thinking about somebody else? Oh yeah, this is his final Indy 500. I want to also mention this could also be Elio Castroneves' final start with Team Penske in the Indy 500. I do need to remind everybody. J.R. Hildebrand is the driver to stay away from. Wait, let me make sure I spell Hildebrand right, because I know my phone would like to DARP. Alright, give me a second, David. I need to make sure to get this spelled right. There. Go ahead, Dark Horse. Interesting. Alright, so before I get to my global picks, let me tell you who Ormy picked. For supercars for all three races, he took Scotty Mack as the driver to win, which Taylor's going to go smack him for that. Driver stay away from, he took Scott Pye as the driver stay away from, Jamie Whincup as the dark horse. For IndyCar, he took Simon Pagenaud as the driver to win, Felix Rosenqvist as the driver to stay away from, and Colton Herta as the dark horse. So let me actually write Ormy's picks down so I don't forget. And then when we get to NASCAR, Cody will send me my prediction, or will send us predictions, you know what I mean? Unless he comes on this call. But I didn't expect him to pick a Penske driver for driver to win. I was probably I might pick actually a Penske driver for driver to stay away from. Scott Pye and Jimmy Whincup. Alright, you guys ready for my picks while I'm writing down Orman's picks? Alright. So, I think you guys should probably know who in the world I'm picking. I think you guys should probably already know who I'm picking for driver to... let me get supercars finished up here on Ormy, and then I'll... So, dark horses for all three races for supercars. I'm going to take... I'm going to take SVG for all 3 races to be my dark horse, since I'm going to steal Wyatt's method. Sorry, Wyatt, if you're watching this. What happened? Well, even though he's not a part of the weekly show, so he can't do that. Plus, I've already barricaded him from throwing a fox and a chicken into a war of dynamite linemite. Stay away from. Oh boy, I don't know who in the world I'm going to take for stay away from, because we know how difficult it is for a race weekend and all that, but I had a good candidate for driver to stay away from, and no, it's not of Taylor's picks or Ormy's picks. If I can get to the stupid driver deal, which I'm about to smack this website Fully Clothed Not with Fairy Tale Wives. If there is one driver who's really been having a crap season, I'm going to say Jack Smith is the driver to stay away from for all 3 races. Alright, now for my driver to win, I'm going to change it up a bit. For race 1, Scott McLaughlin. No surprise there. I'm doing different picks for the other 2, okay? It's only one race I stole your picks, and not except if you try anything. But the 17th race, Jamie Whincup. You should have picked him. Race 18, Nick Paracat's my driver to win. Don't you like it when I surprise you with picks? Now, for IndyCar, I'm going to go ahead and do my normal one. For my driver to win, I don't know what Cody had that he didn't share. Driver to win for the IndyCar race, I had to think hard and carefully. I think we're going to see a driver that I think deserves a chance to win the Indy 500. And that is why he's going to finally get it conquered. The guy who almost won Dancing with the Stars, James Hinchcliffe, as my driver to win. Don't you like that pick? Driver to stay away from? Oh boy. This is going to suck. I feel like when I saw qualifying, I really feel like, seeing these drivers, how it's going to go. There's one driver who stand out and is definitely going to be a candidate for driver to stay away from. I'm going to say Ben Hanley is my driver to stay away from. They just couldn't find any speed in that race car, and I just think he's going to end up having a pretty miserable run. So I'm going to say Ben Hanley is my driver to stay away from. And my dark horse, I think looking at the Indy 500, I think about drivers who really, I think, can stand out and really could do well. I mean, it's really going to be important to see if they can get it together. So that is why I'm going to say this is a team who really is going to be a big one, and I think a team who's going to succeed. I'm going to say Marcus Ericsson is my dark horse. All right, now to NASCAR. Taylor, kick it off for the NASCAR picks. Who's your driver to stay away from in trucks? Taylor smacks David. Dang it. I was trying to get David to accept his own roast. Chinese drillers. Okay, Taylor, we're ready. While Taylor's smacking Ormy, accept it. Fully clothed and not with fairy tale wives.
There we go. That's what I wanted. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, we might be playing Jeopardy after this, because I'm about to... By the way, not a roast, Taylor. I'm going to have a ham and mac and cheese, and no, I'm not going to share with you. Alright, who's the driver to stay away from?
Alright, and after my stupid phone cooperate, let me go pull up the entry list. All county contestants must be eligibility requirements to win cash or prizes, and any portion of the program that has no effect on the outcome of the competition will be edited for broadcast purposes.
Cool. We're ready, Taylor.
Okay. So, I don't... This is going to be kind of an interesting pick. I may have to change this. I don't know.
By the way, you guys can hear me in the stream, right?
I do believe so.
David, if you want to check, David. Let me
check in the stream, right?
I don't think...
Yeah, you're good.
Yay! Okay, as long as everybody can hear me, we're in good shape. Okay, Taylor, go ahead.
Okay. So, I don't know if I'm going to change this pick or not, but I'm going to say Sam Mayer is going to be my driver to stay away from.
Yeah, and let's also remind you that, you know, he's still hurt from that accident from Road America, if you know what I mean. So, you know, he could end up having a relief driver, but remember, he would get the points because he's the one who started the race. But I think that's a good pick, okay? I think that's a good pick. Who's your dark horse?
Okay. Far as dark horses are concerned for the truck, I think I'm going to say Zane Smith will be my dark horse.
Oh, you're taking a GMS deal. If you pick Brett Moffitt, you're going to be Moffatized. Who's your driver to win? Oh, there's Cody. Go ahead. Go ahead. Alright, go ahead, Taylor. For your driver to win. Wow. Alright, driver stay away from for Xfinity. Now remember, it's for both races. I would like to remind you, Taylor. Is it the... Oh, it's the kitty. Alright, driver stay away from Taylor. Ay, 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 ay. Technically, that should be a girly point for you. Is he in both races or just... Actually, I got the entry list pulled up. He's in the 8. Oh yeah, yeah. I did forgot to tell you that that you get a second pick for stay away from, since there's 2 different drivers. You get a second pick, Taylor, since you picked the 8 car. So who's your second driver to stay away from? Nice motivational belch. Yeah, I forgot to mention, if you pick the driver that's not in the same race, So you get a second pick for Stay Away From.
Taylor accepted.
Wait, let me check Ormond's to see if he made the same. Nope, he's all good. Okay, go ahead. Who's your second driver to stay away from?
Okay, so I think I'll say Justin Allgaier will be my driver.
So Daniel Hemrick and Justin Allgaier are your driver to stay away from.
Yes.
So Allgaier for race 2. Wait, which one's race 1? I'm kind of curious for Xfinity.
Hemrick's only in the first race.
So that means Jeb Burton would go to the rear because of a driver change, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Let me confirm that with Pockers just right now. Cup entry Saturday, Xfinity entry. Or no, Jeb Burton's in race 1. Daniel Hemrick's going to the rear on Sunday. So,
Anyway.
just FYI. So, all right, who is your dark horse for both races?
Well, far as my dark horse, I think I will say Chase Briscoe.
Ooh,
Whoa. Did I just hear Chase Briscoe? I said Chase Briscoe, yeah, darn.
blame Discord.
Okay. In that case, Discord needs a misinformed third.
Yeah, Discord's already in last place, so ha 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 ha.
Discord should be disqualified.
With their not clothed wives. Who's the driver to win, Taylor, for Xfinity?
Alrighty. So, far as my driver to win is going to go, I think I shall say, you should have picked him, I'm going to say Anthony Alfredo is my driver to
Oh, lordy.
points for that now.
Well, actually, Cody's the one who started saying, oh, lordy, so you should get him points for that one.
Not accepted if you do anything to us.
All right, Cup. I know I have to remind you about your picks on Elijah's show, Taylor.
Speaking of that, we're supposed to be recording it tomorrow at some point, I think.
So you should be okay. Because they're supposed to do, like, WrestleMania, like, the wrestling show today or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so far as Cup goes,
Let me... Did you guys notice that Corbin Forrester is making his Xfinity debut? Not a roast, by the way.
yeah, I saw that. I was like, what in the world?
53, by the way, is... What on blah blah?
Second time he's done that. Not accepted. You kidding me? Okay.
Hey, Taylor. James Davidson's in the 51 for both races. Wow.
Okay. So, I think I'm going to say William Byron is going to be my driver.
Oh, that's going to trigger the Army.
Army's not close with his wife.
Wait, Taylor. So what you're telling me is that Ormy's wife is beating up Ormy while they're not clothed. Okay, accept it.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. Wait, okay. I think I'm gonna say Chase Elliott's gonna be my dark horse, as a matter of fact.
And your driver to win.
Well, I know who I would pick if he was going to be in the field, but he's not. Okay. I'm going to say MTK is my driver to win.
Since he does well at Dover. As a matter of fact, I might pick him as a dark horse, but I don't know. David Heller, you are up next, my friend.
Okay. Let's see.
So at least I gave Cody a chance to look at the entry list, so.
So Zion is not accepted.
He's gonna kill you for that. Cody, you need to go smack Taylor, and I had nothing to do with it. Oh, no. Okay, Cody's gonna say, okay, what Danny said is accepted, what David said is not accepted, and what Taylor said about me is not accepted. That's what he's gonna say. I should have asked Cody what was he having that he's not sharing with us. What did you do? What happened? Nice turn, Taylor. Ha! You're not gonna get me. Now that's even funnier. I saw that edit, Taylor. Toot. I just tooted. Go ahead, David. Getting back on track. Driver to win for trucks. That's probably the best way to say the weekly show is amazing. Sad to see it go. But anyway, David, driver to win.
Driver to win, I'm going to say... I am going to say... Okay, my driver to win is Zachary Taylor's Narco 9.
Oh. Oh, lordy. This is trucks, not Xfinity. Oh, you're doing Xfinity. Okay, never mind. So, Justin Allgaier, driver to win. Okay, let me get down here. Remember, if you pick the 8, you get a second pick. Myatt Snyder's the driver to stay away from. You get a Oh, David. You get a second pick because Hemrick's in race 2. So you get a second pick.
And my second pick for my dark horse, that's going to be Chase Briscoe. That's my dark horse.
Alright. So. Because like I said, if you pick the 8, you get a second pick.
Right.
Which one's next? Trucks or Cup?
Let's see how you sent it to me. Okay, trucks is next. Driver to win. I am going to say Christian Eckes.
Christian Eckes, not Christian whatever you just said.
I said Christian Eckes.
You know the best part, Cody, is I have that also on the stream. Okay, it's driver stay away from David. Ooh. Now you made it easy. Now you made a nice, good pick. Wow. All right. Okay, Cody, what did you have that you didn't share with us? Figures! And all right, Cody's up next with NASCAR picks. He'll send me the. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Disregard. Okay, Cup. Who's your driver to win? Okay, Taylor. Just cut me some slack because we haven't done the weekly show in 2 weeks. Okay. Cup. But Cody's next for NASCAR picks. He'll send me his global picks in my DM. So. Well, remember, it's both races you're picking. Oh no, this will infuriate the Travis or the Ormy, and this will please the Travis. Oh, this will infuriate the Ormy. That pleases the Cody. Alright, now Cody's up for NASCAR picks. Ah! Oh no! J word and a JL word not accepted if you do anything to me. Smacks Taylor. Taylor accepted mine. I said it first. You lose. Not accepted if you do anything to me. Wait, what did you say? Wait, there's 40 trucks? Wait a minute. Let me look at the entry list. Actually, there's. Are you sure there's 40 trucks? Because I'm not 100%. I think you're looking at the wrong entry list. There's 36 trucks for Truck Series, 36 Xfinity, and 40 Cup. Smacks Taylor. Taylor accepted mine. Not accepted if you do anything to me. You're saying Deadbird sucks, so Smacks Taylor. Taylor accepted mine. Yeah, I put in the president's chat if you want to scroll up. Dawson Cram, by the way, is in the 55. Yeah, but we split a double header. You do realize we split the double header. You know that, Taylor. So we both got to win a piece. So not accepted if you do anything to me. But you can eject Taylor for that. You can eject Taylor, since I said not accepted and Taylor didn't do anything. Not accepted if you eject me for my Blues winning last night. Somewhere around that area, I think. Trucks. Oh, wait, are you talking about how many races we have left until the playoffs? Is what you're saying? I apologize if you're hearing the beeping noise. Yeah, there's 4 races. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yeah, this is the last Dover race for the Truck Series because next year it's going to Nashville. What did you do? Yep. Ooh. Ah, damn it. That was actually one of my choices, but I might pick somebody else. Mm-hmm. Yep. That one was kind of one of those iffy ones, if you know what I mean, but we'll let that probably slide. But Bailey Curry can really surprise us out of the water and say, wow. Yep. Taylor, how can you smack somebody with a hay rack? Well, same. Well, that's what you. How do you smack somebody with that? Just saying. David, I have a dumb question. What's Taylor accepted, comma? I know Taylor accepted, but Taylor accepted, comma? Do you... To Xfinity. You just roasted yourself. Oh yeah, I did remind everybody about if you pick the 8 car for like any picks, you get a second prediction. I do want to remind you guys that. Because Daniel Hemrick will have to go to the rear of the field Sunday wherever the 8 car finishes. Last doubleheader for Xfinity. I can look it up for you, Cody. Actually, the last doubleheader was at Kentucky. Austin Cindric won both of them. Incorrect, 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 incorrect. Alright, driver stay away from. Okay, Cody, I will say this. The best part is we have even numbered. By the way, I did tell, Ormy did tell me that it isn't, we have all even numbers, so we're safe. So it makes it a little easier on us. Unless Orby DMs me and says it's too easy. But for now, we'll just leave it as it is.
He's given me a pass on him before, so...
Alright. Your dark horse. How do you smack somebody with a wheelbarrow? I'm about to eject Sean Hart in a minute because one of his Two people from the Texas Rangers got suspended, and I get to eject him.